Welcome once again back to the lab, y'all. It is your old Professor Pilk, and earlier today they dropped a trailer for the DLC for Legends ZA on us. Now, before we get into the trailer, let me just say this is going to be a very hard sell for a lot of people, self included, because the honest answer here is you're asking an extra $30 on top of a $70 game, a total $100 investment. Plus, realistically, you do need online to get everything out of Legends ZA, so you do need that as well. It's not a cheap ask by any stretch of the imagination. So the real question is it worth it? Now, when it came to Scarlet and Violet, I stood by the fact that Scarlet and Violet's DLC was 1,000% worth it. You got 2 brand new regions. Yes, they were fairly small. You had hundreds more Pokemon. I mean, what in the end, I think we had something like, I forget, I think like 800 Pokemon or something like that. It was an insane number of Pokemon. Wasn't the full dex. Maybe it was like 600. Doesn't matter. Wasn't the full dex, but it was a lot. It was a lot. And we had 2 immense areas. Plus, you could shiny hunt all the original legend, or I'm sorry, all the original. Well, you couldn't shiny hunt the legendaries. You could catch the legendaries, but you could shiny hunt the original starters. Is what I was trying to say. So there was a lot involved in that. I mean, it was really well worth it in my opinion. So $30 for that. Totally worth it. The problem we've got is we went into this knowing more or less what was going to happen with this DLC. Now, as we go through the trailer here, we're going to find out a little bit more about how mechanically this is going to work with Lumio City. Because one of the biggest problems people had with this game was that Lumio City is a fairly small region. And I'll spoil it now, it ain't going to get much bigger. It will, but it won't. You'll see when we get into the trailer. So let's go ahead and check out the trailer real quick. It's about 3 minutes long, so I will take a couple breaks to chit chat.
It's time to see what new adventures await you.
All right, so right out of the gate, you can already see the backdrop there. It is not nighttime in Lumio City. It is an alternative dimension type thing, and you'll be able to pass through it, as you'll see here in a moment. So, changes in the Mysterious Girl. So there is a new character. It's actually, there's a new character and a reoccurring character from the older games that's going to be showing up. It's a big Easter egg if you played the older games.
Something strange is afoot. Distortions are forming all over.
So, just to kind of over-explain it here, those distortions are how you get in and out of that dimension. And essentially, like I said, it's like not even like a mirror world, just like another dimensional version of Lumio City. So, map-wise, don't expect a lot. It's not going to change.
And at Hotel Z, a mysterious girl named Ansha appears along with Hoopa, the mischief Pokemon.
So, she's clearly caught Hoopa at some point, which is actually really interesting, because you don't often see, like, NPCs with legendaries. Does that mean we won't be able to... I'm sure at some point she's going to give us Hoopa. That's pretty much how I expect that to work. I'm expecting Hoopa pretty much to be like... I don't want to spoil any story if you haven't done Legends ZA yet, but let's just say Hoopa is going to be important, I suspect.
Team MZ will borrow Hoopa's power to dive into one of these strange distortions.
So like I said, you pass into the distortion, and you're working with your team for the game, so that is a whole thing.
On the other side, you'll find yourself in an otherworldly, not quite Lumio City. You'll encounter different Pokemon living and thriving there than the ones in Lumios.
So check it out. We got some regional forms. We got some that we haven't seen before, so there will be a decent number of additions. One of the things, and I will just say this as an arguing point toward the DLC, when it came to Scarlet and Violet, I was 100% for the DLC because there were so many more Pokemon you could catch. Let's be fair, and I'm going to be completely point blank with this. There were a very limited number of Pokemon you could catch in Lumio City, so having more Pokemon is a huge benefit. Now, should this have been on... I mean, should there have been more Pokemon in Lumio City? I don't know. It actually feels like about the right amount of Pokemon, especially if you're like trying to go through and complete the decks. But in fairness, it won't take you very long to complete the decks. I think it took me like a morning, really, after playing once you're in the post game. It's really not that hard. So maybe maybe I could see an argument for like an extra 100 Pokemon, but anything more than that would be too much. So adding this extra dimension where you have more Pokemon you can catch is actually quite nice. Is it enough to warrant $30? Probably not. 20, yes. 30, I think we're stretching on that one. So let's see if it'll make its value back.
Are hyper strong. Even seasoned trainers will need to keep their guards up.
So I want to mention here, let's go back here for just a second. They did talk about Alola in the story. So the fact that we see the Alola regional forms is actually pretty nice. Just a nice little Easter egg.
To go adventuring in hyperspace, you'll need help from Ansha and Hoopa. Ansha is a talented donut chef.
Because, of course, you have to have the food aspect of it.
Hoopa to eat, awakening its power so it can open distortions and allow you to enter new pockets of hyperspace.
So we had curry, and we had a callback to curry in this game. We had the sandwiches, and now we've got donuts. And in this game, you had the croissant, but that really wasn't. I don't know. It was more of a callback. It was like mixing the Galar region with the French aspects of Lumiose region. I don't know. I don't know what
if you use
that.
the berries you can find in hyperspace, it seems you can make even more effective donuts.
So let's go back here for 1 second. So if we go back to this menu, you'll notice that there's some just like regular berries that you see all the time. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to start to go through the game and start collecting berries, because that might help you out when this drops. Now, granted, you've got a few months before this drops. I think, February? I don't think they mentioned the date here, but I think they said February early on. So there are hyper berries here. Notice they're kind of like a negative version. If you look down here towards the bottom, they're like a negative version of that other berry. So they're talking about those, specifically those hyper berries. Those you'll only be able to get in the DLC. But you can go collect other berries for now, so wouldn't be a bad idea if you're interested in doing the DLC.
Donuts. A newly arrived trainer will help you in this investigation.
She should look very familiar if you played the previous games.
Mega Evolution Gurus. She'll join Team MZ in tackling the mysteries of hyperspace Lumiose.
I love when they do the callbacks to the old games. That's one thing I adore about the Legends games, is that if you've played the old games, they're a huge like callback and like retrospective of those older games, and I love that. Shamefully, when I did play Legends Arceus, I hadn't played some of the older games, and when I went back and played it and then played Arceus, because I think at that point I'd only played Red and Heart Gold Soul Silver and a couple of those. So I love the throwbacks. I really love the throwbacks.
Here's a
New Mega Evolutions.
Newly discovered Mega Evolution, Mega Chimecho. In this form,
I like Chimecho,
dangling copies of itself. When they resonate
and I
with each
actually
other,
like the Mega form. It is goofy.
mighty sound wave attack.
So I adore the fact that the Mega Evolutions aren't like super serious in this version. I utterly love Mega Victory Bell. Say what you will. Mega Halucha goes hard, but also is kind of a goofy throwback to the luchadors and all that, especially if you're like an old school WWE fan. So I really do like all of this. Like, I think it's super fun, but I don't take it too seriously. He's making it out to be like this super competitive thing. I don't expect it to be. I love Mega Baxcalibur.
Even bigger now, thanks to Mega Evolution.
Watch it do its signature move there.
Can smash all kinds of things.
Ah, I love the callback to like Godzilla with that move, and then to have that giant blade on its back. Perfect.
Crisis looms as distortions form around the city. What caused Hyperspace Lumiose to appear? Join your Team MZ crew and your new allies and discover who or what lies waiting for you in hyperspace. The Pokémon Legends
Okay.
CA Mega Dimension DLC.
So,
featuring additional
Wednesday,
story
December
content and
10th.
more.
Oh.
Will arrive
DLC's additional story content is scheduled for release Wednesday, December 10th. Okay, so they moved it forward a little bit. I thought it was originally February. So it's actually creeping up. Is it too soon? I got to ponder that. Is it too soon? I don't know on how I feel about that. So here's the deal. It was I don't want to call it a short game. The post game is fun, but the post game is a lot shorter than other games, and it all relies on the online battling and all that stuff. The post game could have been longer. The main game was decent length. I don't think it was bad at all. I don't think it has the replayability of like Scarlet Violet or Sword and Shield, but this might change that. So but is it worth $30? So I'm gonna be real with you guys. Either way, I'm spending the money and I'm buying the DLC. Like, should you though? So I guess the real answer comes to, if you want my honest opinion, is it worth the $30? Number one, we already know that it's on the disc. If you have this, at least with the Switch 2 version, it's already on there. So essentially, you're paying. It's not proper DLC. You're paying for a lot of content that is already there. Some of it might still be downloaded or whatnot, but it's not a true DLC. You're paying to unlock story mode that was already there. So that is one negative mark in its against it. I don't like when they do that. I don't like when you have to pay more to unlock more game that you already paid for that was on your disc. If it's a sequel, let it be a sequel. Now, that is ultimately kind of a petty argument, but it is an argument. We already had the game. We already paid for the game. Why can't I play the game? Number one. Number two, the vast majority of this is just more Mega Evolutions, more Pokemon. I like that, but is it $30? And it isn't going to be new maps. It's going to be same old as far as the maps are concerned. One new character, reoccurring characters. I mean, $20 would be a great price point for this. And I say that, if it was $20, I would say no brainer. It's a must own. But the extra $10 is really killing me, because you're asking $100 for a game that already exists on the disc. You just have to unlock it with more money. And I don't like that. I really do not like that aspect of it. So really, at the end of the day, I will be doing it, and I think my final verdict will be, like, how much fun did I have with it? Did I have $30 worth of fun with it? I don't expect it to be on the level of Scarlet Violet or Sword and Shield's DLCs. I love Sword and Shield's DLCs. We did Shiny Hunt. You could Shiny Hunt most of the legendaries there. Like, 1,000% worth it if you are a Shiny Hunter. That aspect alone was worth the cost of the DLC. That aspect alone sold me the DLC. Scarlet and Violet, you can get the shiny locked legendaries, but you had a bunch of other Pokemon starters and stuff like that were really hard to shiny hunt before, and some were even shiny locked in their original games. So that's real nice. I'm having a tough time with the extra $10. Now, that sounds petty, but it's just really where I'm valuing this. Let me know what you guys think. And I already know that some people are going to be negative, but analytically speaking, if you were somebody who already owns the game and enjoyed the game, would you pay $30 for this DLC? Not will you, should you? Because I will, and I'm debating if I should. That's the real answer here. So, anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on all this. Like, share, all the good stuff. I'll be back with more shortly.